In this former fund manager's bull case, Tesla stock is going to $11,000 per share in 2033. This is, of course, not financial advice, but look at the track record of this person. Fund manager for European investment funds for 6 years. Fund manager of the biggest German investment fund for 4 years. And then for 6 years, investment fund analyst. This is not some random person saying random things about how Tesla stock is going to totally explode. This is coming from someone with a strong financial background. And that person is Alexandra Mers, also known as Tesla Boomer Mama.
So in my numbers for year 5, I figured that some of the OEMs will now license at least autopilot, probably FSD, and maybe more, okay? They need time to implement that. Even if they would talk now to Tesla, it will take them 3 years, so the revenue will start really to show in year 5. So you remember those numbers, 100 billion of sales this year, 350 in year 3, now year 5, 800 billion, okay? This is the exponential curve. You remember we had 1.8 million cars this year, 5 million cars in year 3, 10 million cars in year 5. Now all the factories are up and ramping.
Except Tesla stock bears will still be really bearish about Tesla stock, and people like Gordon Johnson will still be predicting the collapse of Tesla stock, but maybe their price targets will move up a little bit. Right now, Gordon Johnson has a price target of Tesla stock that is at $24.33. Maybe that will be $100 by then. I know, delivering 10 million vehicles in 5 years in one single year sounds really ambitious, but there's certainly a good possibility that Tesla will actually end up doing it. Just look back 5 years ago to, let's pick 2018. Tesla only delivered 245,000 vehicles that year. If Tesla delivers 1.8 million vehicles this year, that will be more than 7 times the deliveries of 2018. So if we take 1.8 million deliveries, we multiply that by 7, we will get 12.5 million. So 10 million does not seem really out of reach.
So with all that, we will have sales of 800 billion. So year 5 is really consequential, and more than 100 billion of profits.
Tesla's price to earnings ratio currently is at 72. And if we, let's say, just keep it at 40, then if we oversimplify everything and we take that profit of $100 billion, we multiply that by the price to earnings ratio of 40, we will get a market cap of $4 trillion. Currently, Tesla's market cap is at $796 billion. We will take that number to divide the market cap, and then we will get the multiple by which Tesla stock would be supposed to go up from here. In other words, Tesla stock would be supposed to go up 5 times from where it is today. We just closed at $254, so we take this number by 5 times and we get $1,270. I don't know what multiple Alexandra Mers would use, but I think that would be a fairly reasonable multiple to use. Then Alexandra Mers shares her 2033 bull case. The audio was a bit bad, so I'm not going to play that part. But in her bull case for 2033, she says her price target is at $11,000. I know that sounds really high, but also keep in mind that is the bull case. That is not the base case and definitely not the bear case. By definition, your bull case will have a lower chance of happening than your base case. And if we went all the way to $11,000 per share, that would be a 43x.
Energy will be as big as cars, if not bigger.
She's projecting that for 2033.
Raise your hand if you think full self-driving will be like robotaxi level 5 within 3 years. Raise your hand. So what I'm seeing there is that there is a significant portion of the audience that thinks it's going to get completed within 3 years, right? So it becomes really hard to predict what year 5 is going to look like if that's true. So the world gets weird starting in 5 years. And I'm scared to talk about 10 years.
ARK Invest 2027 Tesla stock price target is $2,000. And to many people, that already sounds crazy. But then you look at that, $11,000 prediction for Tesla stock in 2033 in the bull case. And the numbers just start to get really insane very quickly. But on Wall Street, you may lose credibility if you make such a bold prediction, because even if it does end up happening, it is such a long time from now that in all of the years leading up to it, maybe no one would want to listen to you anymore. So that's one reason why a lot of people in the mainstream don't really want to have these super high Tesla stock price targets. They just say, Tesla stock, it's going to $300. Oh, it's at $290 now? Tesla stock is going to $400. Oh, it's at $390? Tesla stock is going to $500 now. This way, you can also say that, oh, look at my track record. I have been right 10 times about Tesla stock.
If FSD is cracked in year 3, year 5 looks
Very different.
unrecognizable from the other scenario. And at year 10, there are people here who I believe are of sound mind, who may be right in saying that it could be 10 years. But if it's been solved for 7 years, today's stock price will look hilariously cheap. There were people who looked at, when I bought in 2019, they said, oh my God, you paid $188 a share? I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. And now they can't afford a 10-foot pole. So
I will definitely be borrowing that joke later. If you short a Tesla stock, let's say in 2018, yeah, now you have no money for a 10-foot pole. Remember that bombshell that Elon just dropped? Alexandra says that this is the most important tweet of the day, of the week, of the month, and the quarter. Also, James says the fact that FSD appears to perform better in the Bay Area and other parts of California where Tesla has accumulated a ton of data relative to other places is a bullish sign for FSD, because in California, there are so many Teslas. Also, that's where Tesla engineers happen to be.
it doesn't matter what the stock price does tomorrow, because I ain't selling tomorrow. I might buy tomorrow, but I ain't selling.
That's a really good attitude, and I feel very similar as well. That's one reason why I was able to stay so calm and actually really happy when Tesla stock went down all the way down to about $100. It's because I'm not selling tomorrow or next week or next month or next year or even 3 years from now. Probably not 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Possibly. But if Tesla remains a really good, innovative company 10 years from now, then why sell even then? Unless I want to buy something for myself, treat myself to something, sure, then I'll sell some, but maybe it will still remain such a strong company that there will really be no point to sell.
Tesla's still in their infancy. There is so much room to grow.
I know it sounds a bit crazy to say that about the 8th largest company in the world by a market cap, but I believe Brian is right there.
Who here is going to buy Tesla bot? Raise your hands. Okay, like more than half of the crowd. Okay, how many of you expected Tesla to come out with a bot before they announced it?
No.
One person.
Ooh, Farzad dropped a bombshell there. No one saw the bot coming. Of course, the bot is not for sale yet, and it's not making money for Tesla, but this also begs the question, do you think there will be other products that Tesla will announce and develop over the next 7 years that many people just don't see coming? Elon is really good at coming up with ideas for new products and then designing them. So I think there's a good chance we will have some surprises over the next 7 years. And now let's go through a few news items. Subaru says it will target annual sales of 600,000 battery electric vehicles by 2030 so that they make up 50% of its global sales target. I don't think I have seen a single Subaru EV yet. Do they even have an EV? Turns out they do, and they sell it for $52,000, and you only get 222 miles of range. Oh boy. Volkswagen ID3 racks up over 10,000 orders following a price cut in China. They are selling them for $17,500. You just wait until Tesla actually enters a cheaper price segment. The reason why they cut the price is because Volkswagen is struggling to compete with BYD. So what do you think is going to happen when Tesla is going to be competing in that price segment as well? Tesla will probably sell a vehicle in that price segment after the next generation vehicle. So it will be the next generation vehicle after the next generation vehicle. Maybe sometime soon I should do a video about GM's Cruise. Now they have about 400 driverless vehicles on the road. I heard someone say that XPeng is supposedly really good at full self-driving, but yeah, rumors indicate that XPeng's vice president for autonomous driving is about to join chip giant Nvidia. I don't think, if you're on the brink of solving full self-driving, I don't think you will have the main person leave unless perhaps they already figured it out. So it's either really bullish or it's really bearish. My bet is it's really bearish. And actually, I just found this article confirming the rumor. XPeng indeed confirmed that he is leaving. You have to see this. That vehicle that's parked, that's a GM Cruise vehicle that's stuck on the road. And what is full self-driving beta gonna do? Is it gonna get stuck? No, we're just gonna drive around the GM Cruise vehicle because, you know, full self-driving can actually handle a situation that it has never seen before, which has not been incorporated into its HD maps because full self-driving beta does not need to have HD maps to actually operate, unlike GM Cruise. And YouTube says you should watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching this Elon Musk interview, watch this one first. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. My name is Matt Posius, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.